Hi everyone and welcome to the Brainworks Records Battle of the Bands results. So as you know, your songs have been sent to a number of judges who work in the music industry, from producers to promoters through to booking agents, radio DJs, other musicians in well-known acts, and also some of our former students who now work within the industry. We'll announce the winner at the end, but before we do that, let's have a look at some of the feedback from those judges.
We fit together like two pieces of a jigsaw. Or cuddles on the couch.
Hi Evie, really liked your song Jigsaw, was really impressed with the songwriting, even though it was fairly simple arrangement, it kept me interested the whole way through. Thought your vocal delivery was brilliant, really understated, letting the melody shine for itself. Yeah, really impressed.
I can never get enough of you. Boy, I can never get enough of you.
Hi, the first song I want to talk about is Evie Williams' Jigsaw, which is my favourite out of all of them, and it just struck me straight away. It's a very accomplished piece of writing. It does everything a song needs to do. There was fantastic structure and a nice sort of build, and very nice voice and lots of like subtle phrasing. There's a lot of English folk there. I don't know if that was intentional, but that's what was coming through. And particularly on the words boy and never in the chorus, and on the coastline in verse 2, on that word coastline, you've got some sort of R&B coming through, which is quite nice as well. I think what you want to do in a pop song is have something that you expect or the audience expects, and then sort of subvert it or mess with the balance a bit or bring in something that you don't expect. And your chorus there was exactly that. Like when I heard that, it sort of stopped me in my tracks, and I had to listen to it again because of that F sharp minor with an E in the top that you've got. The E in the top of the melody lines is really nice, and then when you move to the A and you move back down to what I'd call the G sharp, that was a really nice and unexpected twist of events. It reminded me of Natalie Prass, her first album. Don't know if you know Natalie Prass, but she'd be someone to listen to. She's done 2 albums, and the second album is more of a Janet Jackson thing, which is great too. But she is the master of subverting expectations within a song. You think it's going to go one way, and then there's something unexpected, but also really musical that happened, which was the same as your song. It doesn't need much to adorn it. It sounds perfectly fine as it is. You might want to leave off the right hand before the first chorus if you want, just to give it some more sort of movement. But the arrangement was really good, lovely sort of open chords. And I would end it on the chorus. I would end it on that question of the final sort of chord without going back into that beginning melody you had. It's perfectly fine to do that as well, but it just sounds nice as an unresolved sort of ending. But really good. That was my favourite, and it made me want to hear more by you. So thank you.
Hello, so I've chosen who I'm going to vote for the Battle of the Bands 2020, and the reason I'm choosing this band is because their cover was completely original compared to the original. 1, because they added a guitar solo, and 2, because they added rapping, and it fits so well in the song, and there's not even rapping in the original, so they sort of made it their own, which was I enjoyed the most, is what I was looking for. And yeah, so the band is Royal Monarch. You have my vote. Well done.
The next one I want to talk about is Royal Monarch and Fantasy, which is a song I didn't know, but I've listened to it again, and it's a really ambitious sort of choice. You know, well done for picking that. That's a hard one. That's not a standard cover to do. There was a lot of subtlety in the performance, which was good. Loads of space and a really good groove, and you all played really well with each other. It's really impressive because you're so young. When people are teenagers in their early 20s, everyone's trying to impress each other in a band situation. There's a guy going crazy on slap bass and lots of melismatic singing and squiddly guitars, but you guys didn't do any of that, which is it's sort of a performance I'd expect more from somebody my age than you guys, so I haven't seen that before, so that was really impressive. All you need to do to carry on being better, I don't know if you're going to plan to carry on being in a band together, but you just need to keep playing with each other as much as possible. More gigs than rehearsing, I'd say. and you just need to get to the point where you can all second guess each other. So when you go to a chord or when the drummer does a fill, you know exactly how long that fill's going to be and when you're going to come back in. That'll just come through practicing and doing, like I said, doing more live gigs, which is always a million times better than rehearsing. But I don't know if you guys are planning to stay together. It'd be shame if you didn't. It reminded me, the music obviously had a very jazz element, but not just the song, but the way you guys were playing. And Erykah Badu's Mama's Gun and Solange's Seat at the Table are both good landmark albums if you don't know those and you want to have a listen. Mark Ronson's Late Night Feelings is really eclectic, because you're quite an eclectic band, so that's got a good mix of things as well. And there's an album by a band called Rhye, R-H-Y-E, which is really atmospheric, and I think a singer might like that. If you had to make an improvement, because there's loads of you and it's so exciting to watch visually, I would move around a bit more. I don't know if you want to, not necessarily perhaps interact with each other in a corny way, but just be aware, you can walk around the stage, you can interact with each other a bit more, and even if you're not playing, just feel the beat, which is one of the most instructive things that Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers said. Even when he's counting, he's not just counting 1, 2, 3, he's counting and he's moving. And it's not just because it looks good. I think it genuinely helps you feel the music and play a little bit better. But it was very impressive. I think I like the guitarist. I think there's a video series by Kerry Too Smooth Marshall, Kerry Too Smooth Marshall. That's right. It's a ridiculous name, but he's really good. Really good R&B licks and lots of tips. Every video looks really easy, but when you start watching it, there are levels and layers to it. And Bernard Purdie for the drummer as well. Have a listen to a bit of a Purdie shuffle. Try and put some more stuff there. But really, really good guys. Very impressed. Haven't got to say anything else. Thanks.
Well, it's got to be Cordite, because what I liked about it is I think it's very bold that they I think it's very bold with what they've done, like metal guitars and drum machines, because I know that's obviously a huge taboo in metal unless you're 9 Inch Nails. So I was quite proud of them for that, just with the boldness of their choices, and also the tones and the sounds are all there, and I absolutely love it. What I'd like to see more from them is I'd like to see some vocal effects, which I think could really come through in production when it comes to them recording. I'm going to be rinsing their recorded music, and I'd really like for them to embrace the electronic drums further. I feel like listening to some techno, some gabba, some hardcore, some D&B, maybe even some hard bass could really do them wonders. And I'm excited to see what they come up with next.
I'm going to choose Cordite because I think they have a really strong presence already, and I know it does need a bit of work, but they're just at the start of what they've got to come, and you can already tell they're all like a unit, and they're all enjoying like where it's going for now. I really like the repetitiveness, but also how it kind of, there's like, they repeat a lot, but then sometimes they change a little bit, so it's not quite repeating, and it goes back into repeating, and then it comes out somewhere else. And it's just a really strong sound that they're working towards and that they have. And I like the kind of minimal lyrics. I think that kind of stands out, especially for like a group their age. It's quite easy to be like, throwing lyrics everywhere to kind of cover up and make up for other things, but they've got such a strong sound already that they don't need to do that. And yeah, I think I agree with Tom on vocal effects, working with those as well. But I also kind of like how dry the vocals were compared to everything else, and how they kind of stuck in there. So maybe like experimenting with dry vocals and then having some vocal effects kind of moving around.
Just why you mean so much to me. Instead I keep on driving ahead. There's no end to this road, Instead it keeps on going on and on and on.
Last song I wanted to talk about was Carnival Cities Without a Care, which is a really good original song, very driving and energetic, really quite sort of a thrilling, pulsating composition. It's really good. Really hard to keep writing one of those after you think you've exhausted the well of those sort of rock songs, but then you guys have managed to make it work anyway, which is really good. Started off like the Arctic Monkeys, and then when the singing came in, reminded me of the Yeah Yeah Yeahs as well. What you could do is create more space. You had a breakdown at the end that was really good. That really caught my attention because the song, good as it is, it's sort of at one level all the way throughout. So, I mean, you haven't got to listen to me, but I would put some light and shade in there. You could do it on the verses by dropping down the guitar, stop it from playing chords so much. If you listen to Nick Zinner from the Yeah Yeah Yeahs on Maps, say, he does something really interesting and really musical within the song, but he's not just playing chords all the way through. The Strokes obviously do it a lot. Adrian Bellew and his work with Talking Heads is really interesting. I think it might be fun to do as well. And for the drummer, I'd maybe listen to Billy Ficker. I know people always say Television, but people always forget how good the drumming is on that, and it's not. You know, your drumming was great, but again, you can put some tricks in, and it'll open up your ideas as well. And I think the singer could really push your voice with a bit more confidence. You know, it's great as it is, but there's a lot more going on there that you're not giving us. I can hear it. There's a lot of power there. I really like the Alabama Shakes. I like the singer Brittany from there. She really goes for it, and it's fun. And I don't know. I think there's something there. If you wanted to, you could go down that. You could push through that ceiling, and give us even more. Maybe play the bass with the plectrum if you want to give it that even tone. But you know, again, you guys are great anyway, so you don't have to listen to my suggestions. But really good, and I'd like to hear the album. Thanks, guys.
Come on. Yeah. Sitting in the whip with the man, them location we picked just landed. Rocket to the club with the bad bitch, money in the pocket, not stat there. Oh.
Congratulations to everyone involved. It was between a few candidates for me, but just on raw talent, I went for False Privilege. It's hard to judge something that's been put together quickly, but I feel that they have what it takes to reach new levels. I also like the chemistry and contrast between the both of them. Ways to improve? I'd suggest listening to a wide range of music, from pop to the underground. Check out the people they influenced, their influences. Dig deeper on rappers, listen to MCs like MF Doom, Aesop Rock, Big L, Souls of Mischief, Gangstar, the Antico Left Field Movement, female artists like Erykah Badu, Sampa the Great, Jean Grey. Look at people like Madlib, J Dilla, LP for production, for influences. I'd say make the percussive elements more interesting rather than the basic loop. Listen to Mikachu and the Shapes and Mika Levy's work as a whole. She's fucking brilliant. And really interesting. I would love to hear the singer from Royal Monarch and the singer from Daffodils on Valium on some of their tracks. Going forward, I think it could be a good blend of creativity. Check out people like Alice Russell and the Brighton-based label True Thoughts. London/Peckham new jazz artists like Yusuf Days and Kamal Williams. And my good friend D, aka Bailey's Brown from Bristol. He's making serious waves there. Some dark, aggressive, progressive hip-hop. Check it all out. As for pop/crossover, I feel that the new Avalanches record makes for a good essay on this. To make something interesting and original, you first have to go back to its origins and investigate what influences were fused to create it. Understand the rules, then break them. Good luck for the future, guys.
Memory saves you as I look you in the eyes, but you use deceiving lies. I'll be right here for you, 'cause I see the truth that you never knew. Answer my questions, deliver your confession. Answer my questions, deliver your confession. You can't chase the wind, but you can create a sin. You become the leader, and it needs Egyptian shit. You hide away, have a seat throughout the skies and awaken the sunrise.
Hi everyone, hope you're enjoying your break, and I'm here to announce the winner of the Battle of the Bands. It was incredibly close. It was in fact a four-way tie for ages. So close in fact that I had to actually get 2 extra judges to give me an outright winner in the end. The standard from all the acts was absolutely incredible. The judges, who were industry professionals and former students who've gone on to work in the industry, just couldn't believe the standard of performance and writing from each of you. And you've all made new fans within the industry. So that's a really, really good thing, a really exciting thing. Just in terms of Battle of the Bands in general, we have got a winner, but I think it is worth remembering that art isn't really a competition, and this was just a good reason to play, to step up and improve your performance skills and see how good you could be, and maybe look at others as well and seeing what they're doing well. The Smiths, Joy Division, The Prodigy, Run DMC, these are all acts who have lost Battle of the Bands when they first started out and did pretty good, overall in the end. So don't read too much into it. But that being said, well done to the winners. It is an impressive feat to be able to kind of come out on top as well. So it's something to be really proud of. That being said, the winner is False Privilege. So well done, you guys, and look forward to getting in the studio with you and Ben and myself and putting out your record in the start of next year. So well done, False Privilege, and well done everyone else, and I'll see you all in 2021.